Hi, welcome to my studio. My name is Sock Fong. I've been using this place, setting up my studio here in Emily Hill for the past 10 years, 12 years. Yeah, it's a place that provides a lot of space, opportunity, and also a platform for the artists, art lover, and even business people to come and to get to know us and to get to know us. All this while, I like to do casting of work, casting of glass, putting things inside the glass. Been doing that for quite some years. But quite recently, for the past 3, 4 years, um, I think I started to feel that I might not just want to put things in the glass, but let the glass stack on and make more things. And I came out with this series called the Equilibrium, and it's a mixture of stones and glass, various type of stones put together, and to go with glass. At this moment, I'm still playing with the external part of it. That means I'm not putting the stone in the glass, but it's putting the stone together with the glass and create this more sculptural form of art pieces. Sometimes I wonder why I like glass. I think I get very fascinated by the light that goes into the glass. I enjoy it reflects the light. And sometimes some of the glass, we call it the opalescent glass, that it actually retains some lights inside. I get very fascinated, and that's how I was attracted to the material. As I work with the material a bit more, then I started to get even more excited because I realized that I'm not the one to control, the final result. I'm not the only one. So my partner will be the heat lah, So you put many layers and put inside the kiln to fire. You can put them in different shapes, different size, different angle. Once you put inside the kiln, you close the lid. You can't do anything to it. The heat take over. But I guess it's through experience. You kind of like override it a little bit better. You can control it a bit easier. So when the result comes out, it's very close to what you want. Actually, the initial was trying just to be fancier. But as I do, I started to like it, and I like to put the Chinese poems, Chinese words. Like I did one big piece of glass, which is 1.2 meter in length, and thickness is about 30 mm. I put down there 轻舟已过万重山. So very immediate. Most people who have read about Li Bai's poem, they will know what does it mean. In Chinese calligraphy, the flow of the words are very nice. And in Chinese poem, it has a deeper meaning than just talking about the flower, the tree, the nature. It has a deeper meaning into it. And I like this kind of relation to have that in my work because I'm a Chinese act. And I like this Chinese poem. And my most favorite poet is Li Bai. I like the way he writes his Chinese, he writes his poem. So I like that, the 夸大手法, this kind of thing. As an artist, I think we need that. We need to have that to enlarge certain small things or to go very deep in one small point. I feel that is the nature of being an artist. You see what others don't see. You feel what others don't feel. And you are more sensitive to the nature and to the environment and to the world at large. You make noise, you write, you create, So, yeah, I mean, if you take this role, then just be natural about it and be sensitive to what you have. For casting of glass, most of the time we put layers and layers together like this, stack on each other, and then put inside the kiln and fire, and that's casting. But I took one more step by putting layers and layers of glass. I also put things inside. I can put little things like wire, stones. Well, of course, the stone is small piece, stones, wire, metals. And also sometimes I use different color. I shape the glass using the torch work and I put into it. So it will be 1 layer, 2 layer. And I even put Chinese words on it. Sometimes I will get my friend to help me to write very nice Chinese calligraphy words. Sometimes I will struggle on myself to do it. Once that you put inside the kiln to fire, after firing the glass, you take out, then you do the second layer. So casting is not just put it in and leave it for a couple of hours. It's actually you have to blend which one comes in first, which one comes in later, and what need to be on top and what need to be in the bottom. So I've been doing this for a couple of years. I enjoyed it, because like if you put blue with another layer, so the color is actually overlap, and with the lights, it actually create a different kind of shadows, color shadows. So that was casting that I've been doing, and it can create stories. Like one of the exhibition that I did in Taiwan, 2013. I actually did a lot of that. I create kangaroo, giraffe, other animals like penguins and all that, inside there. Yeah, so that was major casting work that I do. Then as year goes by, I find that I might want to still maintaining the layering, but I want to bring it out a little bit to make it a bit more vertical, to explore instead of doing it most of the time horizontal in landscape form. I wanted to do more portrait. So I started to put simple glass, just not using color. That means challenge it in that way. So I actually stack glass on each other like this. And then I actually work in different layers and make it more 3D. After exploring that, I realized I wanted a bit more, so, and I also started to take a look at my notes that what I have write about glass and stones. For stones, marble and they are all fundamental between both. These two are the sand. So the glass also have sand in it. Fire to a high temperature, become glass. And stones is over time, because of the sand that is stacked over years and years and years, it become rock. It become like stones, with layers of things on it. So these two things, I find that they have this common factor, which is sand. And I wanted to show that one is because of the timing, years. The other one is heat. It become glass like a man-made material. But the other one, because of time, it become into like thick rocks like that. So by putting these two together, I want to try and see how both can be balanced. So that's how I actually started to do these two things together. For the Unveiling Hospital project, is commissioned by the hospital to do an artwork to symbolize the support, to symbolize the community integrated hospital. So it's my honor to work with the team in the hospital, and I enjoy the working relationship. Although this is not my first commission work, I have done a few, but it is something quite special to me because I get to work not just glass but with metal, and you need to be put in the hospital, which I have to look into more safety issue and all that. So it's a bit of challenge, but we done it and it was very well received. And I think the part of putting color glass and putting in front of such a lobby hall that so many people walk past, you need to be striking, you need to be attractive enough so people at least will look up and see. The making of Petit Verre is actually very interesting. Everybody was wondering how thin can the glass be? It can be as thin as paper. That's why it's called papier. It's very thin. You can see, you can even bite it if you want to, but no. Yeah, it's very thin like paper. So how does this thing come about? It's actually first you have to have this gigantic mold, right? And you actually have to pound the glass into very, very thin paste like this. And then you put the disc into this big mold. And after that, you use water. The water you have to mix with a little bit of glue, white glue, just a bit, all right? And then you pat it along side on this mold and you put in the kiln to fire. But the ultimate result you want is a very thin paste, thin layer of glass. You can make into very huge. So I'm starting it with a very small piece of dishes that I make first. And I will proceed even more because you can actually pat not just glass, you can pat stone, you can pat sand, and even like copper, aluminium, any other metals or stones and things like that. You can pack together and to form this vessel that you want. The process is very slow and it allows you to think it through how and what you want to do. All right, so yeah, this is one of my latest adventure I'm going to go with. I don't know what will be the final result, but I think it's fun. I enjoy doing community work. That allows me to reach out to more people, to share with them this material glass. Recently, I have done a few. For example, in 2015, I did the community work with SEA Game. We do the torch art project. I also did some project recently with MCCY, the bicentennial project. And also students that come to my studio here to work with me. And after that, will be exhibiting their work, like the Equilibrium project. I work with the Temasek Poly student. They are not art student, but they are science student actually. But through working with me, they explore this material glass and then they integrate that into their study and use that to create installation work, and it was exhibited in their gallery. I think that is very interesting because it allows students to, during their school time, get to meet this material glass. I think it's very fun and I enjoy doing such projects. I enjoy the making of glass with stones, and I really hope that in the future I can make bigger piece of work. How big? You can start from table size, 50 cm, 100 cm, and maybe even become a very big iconic pieces in front of a building, combining stone and glass. And I think I'll be very happy then. That at least is one of my wish that I hope that it will accomplish soon.